What's the haps? I'm John, aka Maroka, and welcome to Spiel. We're in Jade Queen Tier 3, which is Gremlins, and starting things out with a deconstruction zone, as you may be able to hear from the music. So let's kill some Gremlins. I do, after Spiral Light, still have my third weapon slot, so I'm going to try and learn to use weapons I would not otherwise learn. I'm bringing a Warhammer. That's not a Warhammer. There we go, that took a moment to change, didn't it? Huh. I've never used this thing particularly extensively before. I know it's not going to work against these guys, so it's probably futile, but when the constructs pop up, as they inevitably will, constructs and gremlins tend to go hand in hand, I shall test it out against them. Everyone seems to swear by that weapon, and I've never particularly figured out how to use it. No, that's going to despawn! Don't despawn, don't despawn, don't despawn! I wanted that. Oh. So yeah, I want to figure out how to use a Warhammer. Just because everyone's like, it's amazing, and I'm like, well, I've never found much use for it. I've never thought it was that good, so it seems like the sort of thing I would like to learn to use, so that's a thing. So, without further ado, let's do some Spiral Knights news. Yeah! Because that's a thing. So we have another promo. It is promo time yet again. They come in thick and fast these days. And in this particular instance we had, it's not available at the moment, but for the last few days we've been in this, I don't know why I went for that, we had this weird sort of scenario where we've had two promos running at exactly the same time, which has never happened before. We are now at midsummer, so Solstice prize boxes are back, but there was a couple of days there where the Rage prize boxes were still around, which was obviously the last promo. It was the reskin of the Stormy gear, which was now the Rage gear. And then they've thrown the Equinox stuff on top of that. So you can pick up the Equinox gear that you had from last year. That has got some new stuffs in it. That has... what has that got in it? It's got... why don't we have a nosy? I'm sure it'll be a promo thing. Let's get out the way of things that want to kill me. And bring up the supply depot, which will no doubt show us some stuff. Oh, hang on, there's a thing eating me. Yeah. No. I did wonder if something might have been following me. Yes, it was. Okay, supply depot me. Purchase! Is this going to tell me? Yes, Wings of Fire and Ice. So, in addition to the crests and the crowns, which were there last year, we've now got these wings. You got those fiery, phoenixy kind of wings, and the slightly tattered, icy dragon wings, which are things you can get. You can check them out on the wiki for all the various drop rates on stuff. Broadly speaking, your best chance of getting anything out of this is going to be... it's actually variant tickets for UVs. It's actually... your chance of actually getting good stuff is... not great. You're not going to get actual things you can do stuff with. Unless you really want unique variant tickets, then great. It's got what you want, I suppose. That is a lot of Menders in one place. Some of these are going to have to get Asheroned, clearly. That's one down. That's two down. Where's the third? He's probably resurrecting one somewhere. There's one on the floor there as well. Oh no, don't you resurrect things. Ah! Stay back! I need to kill your healer. Okay. We good. They can't be healed. That's fine. Everything's a-okay now. You could tell they're all gone because all the corpses vanish. So yeah, if you want shiny wings, bear in mind that normally the top prize in the box is usually a 1% drop chance out of the box. If you check the wiki page, those wings actually say less than 1% drop chance. So normally 1 in 100 boxes would give you something really awesome and super incredibly amazingly valuable. In this particular instance, it's less than 1 in 100 boxes. So yeah, that's not a great rate. That's a pretty miserable rate, to be honest. But I guess some people might want them enough to take the gamble. Let's be honest, that's what it is. It is gambling. You can go gamble your monies away. So, yeah. About the Rage thing. Latterson mentioned in the Arsenal podcast on Sunday a forum thread that the Night's Watch Guild leader Peronius had started sort of airing his concerns about the recent sort of influx of promos, the sheer number of them and the overlaps and whatnot. And there was a snippet of text, a line at the end of the Rage promo, which some people were getting a bit annoyed about, which said, "I know all you knights don't have anything to rage about, so you won't need this armor even a little bit," referring to obviously the Rage gear. Which in context, with the context of which was most people interpreted as there has been no content updates for a long time, here we are, we're spamming you with lots of promos, which is kind of a snarky lol troll face. Here's more promos because we haven't done any real content in ages. Yeah. One of the GMs popped up on that thread. I can't remember. Was it might have been. I'm not going to try and remember who it was. One of the GMs popped up on the thread and said, "Whoops, that text wasn't supposed to be there. Actually, that text was written there because we'd intended to launch the Rage promo with an actual content update. So it wasn't supposed to be snarky. It was supposed to be legit. Here's some actual content so you guys have nothing to rage about." But then the content wasn't ready, but the promo was, so they ran the promo anyway and forgot to remove that line of text. So now it just looks like them being really snarky and obnoxious, when in fact it's intended to be the exact opposite. So what that should mean is that some reasonably notable bit of content was actually aimed for mid-June to coincide with the Rage boxes. Which is interesting. What content have we been waiting on for a long time? We have been waiting on the Gunner update for a long time. And I've been saying, I mean, way back when I said this seriously every week, I'd be like, oh, Gunner update soon, seriously every week. And then it's kind of, I've gotten rather more flippant about it, a bit facetious and gone, yeah, Gunner update soon, guys. Gunner update, you know, Gunner update, lol, Gunner update's going to be soon. Right, yeah, any day now. Actually, genuinely, going back to genuinely serious, it could actually be genuinely soon now, because that sounds like that could be a thing. I mean, I'll still wait to see whether that actually is a thing, but hey, a couple of weeks have now passed since that date when they said this is what we were aiming for, so I don't know, it's either taking much longer than they anticipated again, or it's something entirely else. I mean, it could be more arcade stuff, it could be more Crimson Order stuff, that would be cool. I wouldn't object to those either, but gonna update soon, maybe, please. So that's a thing. So let us forge onwards into talking about other things and doing questions and stuff. And don't forget, if you have questions you would like me to talk about, things we want answered, please leave them in the comments below, or message me on Twitter, or send me a mail in-game, or wherever. There are many ways to contact me. You may do any of them. Oh lord, we're going into a compound. I didn't think there were any compounds in this. I didn't look at the gate map very closely, did I? Yikes. What we got? Oh yes. Chittering Burrows. Right, Chittering is the undead one, yes? Yes? But it's orange, which suggests... Do you determine the orange by... Does that mean it's going to be gremlins and undead scarabs? Is this the combination we're getting here? I still don't know how to read the gate maps for compounds particularly well. I guess my armor's not too bad. My paladin might be... Let's put the paladin on. I want that, obvs. So we're going to I need that as that. That's a pretty well balanced loadout, I guess. We got something for gremlins and something for... Actually, no, it was balanced before I put the hammer on, actually. Oh well, there we go. Let's go with this. Something to stop the undead, and something to kill a gremlin with. Assuming we get gremlins. Uh-oh, that's not a gremlin. That's a fiend. And I'm using... Why am I using a shadow weapon? Because it's awesome! Uh-oh. Don't you do that. Don't you shock me. Or stun me, or whatever the heck you were planning to do. These guys I can kill. Yes, hello. I'll use my hammer. So, yes, don't forget you can leave questions, and I shall forge onwards. Let's do some questions. So... One of these is one from Skyside's huge list of questions that kind of ties into something I was kind of thinking I would talk about this week anyway, so let's tie them together and make some sort of hybrid question talking point thing. Because why not? Skyside asks, do you have any large plans for your channel in the future? Why, yes, I'm glad you asked. That is a thing I wanted to talk about this week. Oh, I see a lot of scarabs over there. I don't like them. They scare me. What if you dash through them all with the dash thingy? Does that damage them? I guess it must. But it probably also damages me, yeah? This is not an... Oh, God. This is not an effective weapon for fighting scarabs, is it? Ooh, there's a lot of them. Ooh, that looked nice. That could work. Damn it. No, I'm going voltage for this one. I'm not used to the hammer, and these things are unpredictable. I will just... Woomph! There we go. That's how you deal with scarabs. So, what grand plans do I have for my channel? Well, mostly... I mentioned... probably around the start of the year. It's probably a while back now, actually. I mentioned a service that you may be familiar with on the internet, on the interwebs, called Patreon, which allows people to do things and for you to support them with your money as part of a kind of a... It's like a... If Kickstarter was a subscription-based service is the best way I would describe it, which allows people to do things on a regular basis rather than just a one-off project like Kickstarter tends to be. This is a recurring thing for people who are, I don't know, making YouTube videos is quite a popular one. Some people do. A lot of webcomic artists are using it. People who make content on a regular basis but want to be free of the constraints of trying to make a living off ad revenue, which in the day and age of ad block is futile and, well, it's not futile, not totally futile, but it's difficult is what it is. So it allows people to support things they love personally themselves, and by doing so allows the content creators to make better content. Is generally the idea at any rate. I'd like to speak to some of the content creators, actually. I would like to be able to say, hey, how is this service working out for you, to be honest, but I don't know. All I can see as I'm looking at things people are doing is it seems like it's a pretty solid service, and it's something I would like to try out, certainly. So, that's the thing I would like to do. So, what would I be doing? I mean, like I say, I've been looking at other YouTubers to see what kind of things they are doing with the service, and it seems like it's mostly a quality of service upgrade kind of thing that can be achieved with it, which is good because I am never happy. I'm a perfectionist. I'm never happy with the quality of service I provide. I need to do better, need more, need better. So, most of the limitations around my channel at the moment are, broadly speaking, technical. I mean, I'm sure I could do a better job of commentary, but that's the thing that comes with practice and time, and the more I do this, the better it should get, in theory. Every so often I do go back and I'll look at my channel and look at stuff I did like 6 months ago, and I'm like, oh god, that was awful. Why was anyone watching me 6 months ago? This is terrible. And I've been doing that since I started, so I should have to think what the stuff from 2 years ago was like. I'm always kind of happy with the stuff I'm currently doing, but then, like I say, go back 6 months and it's like, oh, why was anybody watching that? This is dire. This is truly awful. But 6 months ago, I thought it was alright. I thought it was pretty decent stuff, you know? But there you go. Mostly, my current concerns about quality of service is, as I say, predominantly technical. The quality of video I can provide is limited to 720p. I'm not sure what market there is for 1080. If you're the sort of person who watches a lot of video in 1080, please let me know, because then I can get a handle on what kind of audience there is for people who watch 1080p video. I don't tend to watch that myself, so I kind of feel like, if I don't do it, nobody else does. But that's clearly not true. So if people want 1080, guess what? I would need a technical infrastructure upgrade. Better graphics card would be nice, because if I just took this straight upgrade at this stage, if I just straight up bought a 1080p monitor, and oh my word, these things. If I just bought a 1080p monitor, I would just get lower frame rate because I'm running the same graphics card. So I would need a better monitor and the graphics card to handle such technology. Those would be things I would need. With some games it'd probably be alright without the graphics card, but sometimes my frame rate in things like Spiral Knights is not amazing, even in 720, so could stand to be better. Graphics card would also improve quality of service, no doubts. So there's a lot of technical things like that. Certainly the one big one preventing me from doing more content, the reason I only do one video a day, and I would dearly like to be able to do more content than this, is the infrastructure, the pipeline, the internets, as it were. My internet is slow. One of these videos, if it's 20-30 minutes long, that can take me like 4 hours to upload. My internet is not amazing. And whilst I'm uploading, I can't use it for a great deal else. I certainly can't play anything online. It's not a service I can particularly use for much whilst I'm uploading video. So that's the thing. In order to be able to use my internet for more hours of the day and get more out of it and be able to provide you with better, well, not necessarily better video, but more frequent video. Also, certainly, yes, to do 1080p video, I would need a faster upload time, because, well, I should think how long it would take to upload 1080p when it takes 4 hours to upload a 720p video, because the file size would be much, much larger. So, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that, but I accidentally mashed and fat-fingered C anyway, which puts the shield up for me. C is my shield. But you can see that, my hotkeys are on the screen. I should not need to explain these things. But there you go. So yeah, internet I think is like #1 top priority for me. If I can get faster internet, I could potentially offer higher resolution video and more frequent video, and indeed one thing I've wanted to do for some time, video streaming on services like Twitch or Hitbox or whatever I ended up using. I'm not a big fan of Twitch as a service. I know it's the big one, but there you go. So I could do streaming. I could do much more live streaming, which would be a fun thing to do, and that'd be awesome. One thing a lot of other people seem to be using the service, this Patreon service for, is offering exclusive content, which is obviously a way to give back to people who are giving to you. So stuff like exclusive videos or exclusive streams. One guy I've been looking at, in fact I mentioned him last week, Solon, the Rainy Day Let's Play guy. He's got an entire playlist of videos which, actually it's not as well hidden as he thinks it is, but there's a playlist that's supposed to be only visible to Patreon backers, which it's interesting to see what he's trying to do with it. It's basically is like, well, these are unlisted videos in a private playlist, and you're not supposed to be able to find these videos unless you backed on Patreon, and I haven't, by the way, but I've still seen it. So I imagine there's a better way to do that, but there you go. That's basically, he's like, because this is private, I'm just going to flaunt all the rules of YouTube that normally they're like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. Stuff like, well, licensed music is the big one. He's just like, well, look, there's no one stopping me because this is all private and whatnot. And I'm trapped. I am really trapped here. Let me out! No! Oh my god, let me out. Seriously. Go away. Let me do that. There we go. That's the only time I will ever use that tactically, I think. Jeez. Stupid enemies trapping me. So yeah, it's sort of, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this Let's Play and I can do whatever I want. I can do it in any weird and wonderful style I want, and I can just play licensed music over the top of it because, well, hey, for starters, I'm not trying to monetize it. That is another advantage as well. I can just turn off all adverts because they don't pay very well in the first place. So, if people are willing to support me, then that will be already better than whatever Google's prepared to pay me, which is a pathetic pittance. So that would be an upgrade. That would be nice. It'd be nice to see. I might end up dying in this compound because I have no emergency revive, and I have one pill. I should probably take that, if nothing else. Can we get these guys? Can they be heart attacked? Yes, they can. You can be heart attacked. Get heart attacked. They're not dropping hearts, they're dropping shields, which is not unwelcome, but not what I wanted. I really hate minis, especially the scarabs especially, just because they're horrible. Actually, no, I hate them all. I hate them all equally. They're pretty nasty things. Yeah. Yeah, bastard, get here and die. Especially it's just this mopping up part, like there's 2 left, and they're all over the room and are flying around super quick, and you gotta just chase them around just to kill 2 things to open the door. Jeez. Okay, now, what's going on here? There's a... I forget what this is about. I'm sure, I'm feeling like this is an optional thing that doesn't do much at all, but... we'll find out. Ow! Damn it! Didn't mean that to happen. So, what did that switch do? Nothing that I'm aware of. One thing that's being able to acquire the support of a community behind me is that it would free up my free time to do the videos and content and make the things that I want to be able to make for you guys, which I cannot do as much as I want at the minute because as you may well be aware. I am currently unemployed, and in order that I do not become homeless, the government requires that I spend a minimum amount of time per week doing job hunting, which, if you know, if I actually had a source of income as opposed to the government supporting me, I would not need to spend hours and hours a day searching for jobs. Futilely, I might add, because they never bloody get back to you. Seriously, I'm looking for entry-level, boring jobs that nobody would want to do, and I've got experience doing entry-level, boring jobs that no one would want to do, so, you know, it's not like it's not like I'm unqualified for these jobs, but no, jobs are just impossible to come by these days, it seems. Ow, oh no, this is not good. Oh, there's a pill, yes, that's better. This is not as bad as I had feared, but I should probably take that pill. Let's take the pill. Take it. And those hearts. And you. You give me hearts. Will you give me hearts? Yes, you give me hearts. Okay. You, bomber, bugger off. I don't care about you. No, don't do that. Oh, hammer nice. Hammer time. Yes. Okay, let's see how. Can I... Oh, they die reasonably easily. Okay. I need to try and get 2 keys out of here without being mobbed by a bajillion scarabs. Let's see how it works out. And gremlins. A bajillion gremlins. Do not want the bajillion gremlins. Sharon, this is how you get rid of bajillion gremlins. Boom! Bajillion gremlins gone. No, not really, but hey. Good effort, right? Good effort. So yes, free time is a thing I would like to have more of, because that would mean I could work on things for you to entertain you. Because that's what I enjoy doing, that's what's fun, that's how I would like to make my life. I'd like to be your source of entertainment. And I would like it if you would like to let me be your source of entertainment. Another popular thing to do on Patreon for the old YouTubers is giving a way to interact with the community in an actual gaming fashion, which is to say, hosting special servers for the people who are, well, they are patrons. Patrons is the term for people who... Words. Patrons is the term for people who back people on Patreon. So, for patrons would get access to special servers for playing games with the host of the server, in this case, well, me. And of course, also I would presumably allow you to pick a server. I mean, like, look, these are the games that we could do. Please, here, straw poll or whatever, and there we go. Pick a thing out. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna leave it up to me to say what would I like to host a server for, to do a community server, I would probably actually say Starbound right now. But I don't know. I don't know what people's thoughts on Starbound is. What are we doing here? What was this level? I did not pay attention to this particularly, and I don't know why I always think gate maps under the escape menu. It is not. This is simply Gremlin Grounds. So we'll start with that original gear I had, which was Deconstructor with an additional hammer. Stop hammer time. Yeah, cool. Awesome sauce. So yeah, I do feel like a sort of a button mash community gaming server would actually be a really cool thing to have. I would love to host something like that. But again, servers cost money. So this would be a thing that patrons would make possible. That would not otherwise be possible without patrons. So that's the thing I would be adding. How this will all be structured, I need to sit down and have a brain think, and make my brain think, and figure out exactly what costs would be and how to make it all play nice together, which would be. I may well do that this afternoon. Chances are, by the time this video goes up, there may be a thing. If there is a Patreon campaign live by the time this video goes up, it will be in the description below. And if I'm allowed to put it in an annotation, I guess I'll put it in an annotation, but I don't otherwise know. So yes, your incentives are button mash gaming servers, 2 videos a day, at least from me, regular live streams, did I say gaming servers? Maybe gaming servers, and ad-free content. There will be no adverts on my videos. If you contribute, secret videos would be a thing, and secret live streams, and stuff that only patrons would get to see. So that would be an awesome thing. And I had another thing. I probably mentioned it. All the things I've mentioned today. Oh, I might even send physical stuff out, because as part of the Button Mash events, we end up making and crafting and making a whole bunch of doodads and awesome things that are gaming and geekery themed. So we have those, and you can have those. And if you want, I could sign it for you, if that's the thing you're interested in. Of course, if you don't want me to sign it, I can totally not sign it for you as well, and that would be a thing too. So you have options. There are options for you. So those are things. So I think that's the... I think, yeah, that words again. I think that's the route I want to go down at the minute, because it just seems like the most viable way to make this work at the moment. As it is, sort of... Google's ad revenue is meager, and I don't know for certain I'll wait until we hear any more news on this before going to it. But there was a link popped up on Twitter from a game dev this morning for me, Cliffsky, the guy who made the Gratuitous Space Battles. He was going on about how YouTube was planning to enforce music channels to do a subscription-based service. It had to be a subscription-based service, and he was like, "Oh, I bet the game channels will be next." I'm like, "You have nothing to back that up," but so I don't know that that will be a thing. But if that is a thing, you can bet I will talk about that in a great deal more length. May I join? No, afraid not. I'm recording. This is a solo thing, so that's a thing. So, more questions from Skyscythe. Do you get a feeling of satisfaction when you receive a rapid influx of bees? Crossed out and then subscribers. Yes, I love bees. Bees are awesome. Who doesn't like bees? I have a T-shirt that's covered in bees. It's awesome. I mean, not literal bees. I mean, pictures of bees. Subscribers are also good. Probably not as good as bees. I prefer bees, but yeah, subscribers are nice. They're good second best to bees. I kid. You are all wonderful. I love subscribers. And rapid influxes, yes. That's... I don't know. There's not a lot to say about that question. It's kind of a yes or no question. Yeah, I do like getting a lot of subscribers all at once. That is fun to get. I've been getting more than average over the last few days as well, so that's been kind of cool to look at my channel page and go, ooh, that number has gone up. I like it when numbers go up. I've been playing MMOs for too long because I'm trained to like numbers going up a lot. Numbers go up makes good. Yes. Yeah, that's that question. Have we got time for one more floor? I guess I've started it, so I'll finish it, sure. Greenlink. Mr. Greenlink, my waifu, says it's pretty clear that you like a lot of indie gaming companies. I may already have an idea, but what is your favourite company? How about your favourite major gaming company? Ooh, interestings. Jade Tangle. What is Jade Tangle? I'll go with this, whatever. It'll be right. It's constructs, isn't it? I think mostly. Do these have a thing? No, they're respawning pads, aren't they? Yes. Right. Gaming companies. Favorite gaming company. Ooh, indie gaming company at any rate. Tough call. I mean, for the longest time, I would have said Dejaban Games. Dejaban is still a very strong contender. Dejaban do put out some amazing titles. They are responsible for such games as Reckless Disregard for Gravity, and The Wonderful End of the World, and Drunken Robot Pornography, and what else have they done? Oh, 1, 2, 3, Kick It, Drop That Beat Like an Ugly Baby. They are good at titles. Their titles are amazing. I'm mostly interested in their games for the titles alone, I think. So yeah, there's them. I would definitely say Freebird Games is definitely hot on my priorities list of things I like these days, because they did To the Moon, or indeed I say they, it is he, it is a one-man studio. So he did To the Moon, which is the best game of all time, TM, in my books. I don't know though. Actually, Always Sometimes Monsters is a very strong contender for that position as well, actually, that I played recently by Vagabond Dog, so they are a studio I will be keeping a close eye on what they make in the future. I mean, they've only done the one title that I'm aware of, so it's hard to say, oh yes, they're my favourite company. They've done an incredibly good game, but whether my favourite company or not, I don't know. Freebird Games have made a few things, and they are all excellent, and he's a great story writer. So, they're high up on my list of favourites. I don't know, I've played too many games to play favourites with people, to be honest. It's too much. Does this go anywhere useful? I don't think this really does it? This is just extra stuff. There's loot. I'll take the loot. Fine. Give me the shinings and give me the Vita box. And, let's carry on. Because we're running short of time. I'm already over the half-hour mark at this point, so whoopsie. I'm trying to think of other studios that are amazing. Terrible Posture Games. Notable mention for Joe Mirabello. Because he's awesome. I mean, he made Tower of Guns, and Tower of Guns is awesome, so yes, notable mention there. Again, it's a studio that's only ever put out one game, so it's hard to say, oh yes, best company of all time on the basis of one game. He's recently been posting some screenshots of some Castlevania-y looking pixel art stuff on Twitter, which suggests a new title in the works, which is kind of cool. Should be looking out for that, but until I know much more than a single screenshot, I'm gonna have to hang fire on that for a while. So there's that. Major companies. Yeesh. Don't know. Really don't know major companies. I don't think there's many that I particularly like. I mean, I guess I would have done at one point. No, not thinking of any. Nintendo, maybe? And they've made some sketchy decisions in the last few years. They're kind of a bit dubious these days, and they're getting really bad at pumping out the same titles on an annual basis. I mean, heck, they put Call of Duty to shame with Mario. So I don't know. I used to be a big Nintendo fan, certainly. Indeed, Sega, but Sonic's not done much in years either. So I don't know. EA haven't done anything really noteworthy since Mirror's Edge was the last good title I would have said EA had put out. I don't know. Yeah, there's not much in the big teams that I particularly like. Rockstar tend to put out some fairly solid offerings, to be honest. Again, with the GTA stuff, they're getting a little bit sort of rinse and repeat, greedy kind of thing. Let's make the same game again! Make the same game again every year. It's not every year, but it's getting kind of frequent, and then the DLC, and then content on content on content, trying to make more money out of you. I mean, you could argue that the GTA Online offerings are free, but let's be honest, they're all really, really expensive, and what they're trying to do is sort of force you in... excuse me. They're trying to force you into buying their virtual currency with real money, aren't they? That's what they're doing. What have we got in here that's of interest today? Basil, you have sod all is what you've got, actually, so nuts to that. So yes, thank you very much for watching. This has been Spiel. I have been Maroka. Please do leave a question if you have a question, because then I can answer them in future videos. So thank you again for watching. I shall see you next time.